All right, guys, welcome to Lennox Benny channel. We'll be looking at the HSP. All right. So let's go right into it. I think I'm gonna small it up a bit. All right, so let's go. I want this to be a very quick video. I have more to come. The process by which living organism gets energy from the food is called respiration. Number two, which of the following is not a function of the cell membrane? P keeps cell content in correct proportion. Let's move on to number three. During osmosis, the movement of water molecules through the semi-permeable membrane continues until A, the amount of water molecule is equalized in both sides, B, the digestive pressure equals the osmotic pressure, C, the osmotic pressure equals the osmotic potential, or D, the rigidity and flaccidity are equal. I'm going to go with D, the digestive pressure equal to the osmotic pressure. All right, so let's move up to number 4. I've seen that one. Item 4 refers to the following diagrams which show a red blood cell before and after being placed in a concentrated salt solution for 1 hour. So this is before and then this is after. A, the change in the red blood cell shown in 2 occurs because A, enters the cell by osmosis, because water enters the cells by osmosis. B, leave the cell by osmosis. C, leaves the cell by diffusion. Or D, enters the cell by diffusion. Now remember what osmosis is, right? It's from a dilute to a concentrated area. So the salt water, it will leave the cell by osmosis. So it's going to leave from the dilute to the concentrated. So let's move on to number 5. Oh Lord, I need to go up. Oh guys, just hit the like button right there for me now, please, please. Number 5 refers to the following aquatic food chain: Frantic one, zooplankton, fish, water bird. Producer in the food chain is the plant, the phytoplankton. Number 6, which of the following food would best prevent constipation? A, chicken soup. B, vegetable rice and fish. C, fruit, vegetable and salad. Or D, wheat bread and cheese. And the roughage, so that's going to go with C, fruit and vegetable salad. So wives, make sure you do the fruit salad for them and them. All right, so number 7, which of the following regions gives a positive test for the main food present in a slice of baked potato? Burette, ethanol, iodine solution, or Benedict's solution? And that is the iodine solution. Hit the like button up, hit the like button. Come on. Which of the following vitamins can be produced by the skin as well as obtained from food? Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, or vitamin D? And that would be vitamin D. So let's move on to number 9. Item 9 refers to the following diagram which shows the structure of a typical tooth. Which part label A, B, or C, A, B, C, or D supplies the tooth with food? Let me just mark it up so you guys can see. All right. So it says which parts labeled A, B, C, or D supply the tooth with food? And that is right here. So number 9 would be C. Let's pick it up again. Number 10, which of the following teeth aid in grinding the food into smaller pieces? A, incisors and premolars. B, molars and premolars. Or is it C, incisors and canines? Or is it D, canines and molar? What do you guys say for this? Molars and premolars into smaller pieces. Grinding them, grinding. Hit the like button, beeps. I'm gonna small up this. This one look like I need to see everything one time. One more time. All right, here we go. Which of the following graphs best represent the effect of pH on the activity of the enzyme salivary amylase in the digestive process? Is it A, B, C, or D? Let me show you D. What you guys say for this one? All right, there you go. You can see all of them. Type it in now, guys. Let's go. Let's go. And that is A. All right, big it up again, big it up again, big it up. If you can see it, you know, here, dude. If you can see it. Let's move on to number 12. Item 12 refers to the diagram of a part of a human digestive system. Which sequence correctly match the number structured and their function? Secrete gastric juice. That's why the pancreas. Produce bile. That's the liver. Absorb soluble ends. So I'm gonna go with C. If you country me there, yeah, pretty nice. I don't know anything go. Yeah. Fresh air, oxygen, and all of these things. All right, the process by which undigested food is eliminated from the body is called, is it digestion, excretion, ingestion, or elimination? The process by which undigested, all right, so it didn't say it's undigested. So that's digestion. 14, amino acids which are produced as a result of digestion are not used. A, for growth. B, for insulation. C, to make carbohydrates. D, repair worn out tissues. And that's C, to make carbohydrates. All right, so we're gonna move on to number 15. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. More work are coming here. Item 15 refers to the following table, which show the function of some structure of the respiratory system. And it's a 1, filter, warms and moistens air. 2, prevents food from entering the trachea. 3, provides air passage to each lung. Or 4, produce sound with voice box, which is the vocal cords. And they said the structure labeled 1, 2, and 3. 3 and 4 are well, 1 would be the nasal passage. So that is C. Let's move on to number 16. During a sprint, muscles in the body produce lactic acid by the process of, is it A, excretion, B, digestion, C, aerobic respiration, or D, anaerobic respiration? And that would be anaerobic respiration. Number 17, to deliver mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, the following process should be taken. Guys, forgive me. Be nice. All right, thanks so much. Guys, there's some people, man, getting some people from some teacher. You're gonna do some more work. Yeah. All right, so 17 says, to deliver the mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, the following steps should be taken. 1, press the head back with the hand and push jaw upward with the other. 2, pinch the nose and seal the mouth with casualty mouth. 3, give 4 quick blows into casualty mouth and repeat every 5 seconds. 4, place casualty on the back. And let's see what they're on to ask us, because it's the correct order in which these steps should be taken is, these can be really tricky, you know. Let me just see. I want to see everything. So I think this should be at the front, and it's the only one. So that's B. If you're gonna give mouth to mouth, please on the back first of all. Can do all of them. All right, number 18. Get back into it. Number 18, which of the following can be deduced from the graph? A, so we say we have risk of lung cancer and the number of cigarettes smoked per day. So from, if you don't reading them there, as the number of cigarettes per day increases, so does the risk of lung cancer. That's how we see so far. See there? times. You see them? See it? All right, let me see what them say. Which of the following can be deduced from the graph? As the number of cigarettes smoked per day increases, the risk of getting lung cancer increases. I'm gonna go with A. As the number of cigarettes smoked per day increases, the risk of getting lung cancer decreases. No. When cigarettes are smoked per day, the risk of lung cancer. No. See? When church is 10 times. No. 20 times that. All right, so we're not gonna waste some time on that, guys. All right, so let's move on to number 19. Hit the like button if you're just joining. This is the Nox Benny. Thank you for joining me here. If you have not subscribed, please ensure that you do so now. Item 19 refers to the following diagram of a vertical section through a human heart. Which of the following part is taken by the blood leaving the right ventricle? Oh Lord. Right ventricle. All right, so I'm big up Google for that one here. So that is number 19 is B. 1, 3, 4, and 2. All right, let's move on to number 20. The capillaries have very thin walls which have only one layer of cells. This allows to A, rapid diffusion of gaseous nucleus, B, slow diffusion of gases and glucose, C, rapid diffusion of protein and fats, or D, slow diffusion of protein and fats. And that's A, rapid diffusion of gases and glucose. As the walls are so thin, remember what diffusion is, right? All right, so let's move on to 21. 21 for the following incomplete table which show blood vessels and supplies some organ. Vessel 1 supplying, and then you have the organ, you have the heart, the lung, vessel supplying, the heart. 2. See what the question says. Which of the following correctly label 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and 4? I don't like these type of questions. This lung would be the pulmonary artery. So that's the pulmonary artery. So it's B. The hepatic artery. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to 22. Coronary thrombosis occurs when A, the valves in the heart stop working, B, the coronary vein becomes blocked with the blood clot, C, a coronary artery becomes blocked with a blood clot, D, there is too much blood flowing through the heart. And that's C, a coronary artery becomes blocked with a blood clot. And we don't want that from nobody at all. 23, hit the like button. Which of the following vitamins assist in the process of blood clotting? Is it vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D, or vitamin K? And that's vitamin K. 24. Item 24 refers to the following diagram of a human skeleton. Which of the following combinations correctly identify the bones labeled X, Y, and Z? Guys, a pass here for them that are flying, you know. I know X is the femur. Y is it tibia? Yeah. And Z a fibula. See which one that matches with. So A a femur. So that's B. So 24 is B. Let's move on to 25. Which of the following diagrams represent the pelvic girdle? Let me just carry it up. Type in answer, guys. Is it A, B, C, or D? And that's B. You said B, you are correct. Item 26 refers to the following diagram of a human R, the scapula, the bicep, the radius, the ulna, and the tricep. Which of the following occurs when the arm is bent or flexed? A, the bicep pulls on the radius, and that is correct. So it should go through the others. The tricep pulls down on the ulna. C, the scapula is pulled down. Or C, D, the triceps shortens. No, it's A, the biceps pull on the radius. All right, so let's move on to 27. We're almost halfway there, guys. Which group best represent the location of a ball and socket hinge and fixed joints? So we have the ball and socket, the hinge, and the fixed. So is elbow a ball and socket? That's what they basically call it. Cranium and hinge, or the shoulder fixed? So that's what they're really asking, right? So let us find one. Jaw and a ball and socket. So we can eliminate these two so far. Shoulder is ball and socket, elbow is hinge, and the cranium is fixed. So that's C. So 27 is C. All right. Let's move on to 28. Hit the like button on each one. That's alone, nothing else going to look. I'll look at that from me. Item 28 to 29 for the following simple diagram of a kidney tubule. In answering 28, each labeled part may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Which labeled part collects filtrate from the glomerulus? All right, so that would be B. For 29, which labeled part brings blood to the glomerulus? And that is A. So 29 is A. 30, which of the following occurs when blood sugar level rise above normal? A, the adrenaline secretion is increased. B, the adrenaline secretion is inhibited. C, insulin secretion is inhibited. D, insulin secretion is increased. And that's C, the insulin secretion is increased. 31, which part of the brain is responsible for the conscious thought? Is it the cerebellum, the hypothalamus, or the medulla oblongata? Pick up yourself to faster. And that's the cerebrum. Which of the following is an involuntary action? Eating, walking, breathing, riding bicycle. And that is C. 33, which of the following occurs to bring about accommodation in the eye? A, tightening of suspensory ligaments through relaxation of the ciliary muscle. B, loosening of the sensory ligaments through relaxation of the ciliary muscle. C, tightening of suspensory ligaments with no change in the ciliary muscle. Or D, loosening of suspensory ligaments with no change in the ciliary muscle. And that's A, tightening of the suspensory ligaments through the relaxation of the ciliary muscle. 34 refers to the following diagram showing some of the organs in the body which hormone produce. And let's show you the parabol. Which hormone is secreted by the organ labeled S? Is it adrenaline, thyroxine, estrogen, or insulin? And that's insulin. So 34 is D. 35, the role of luteinizing hormone is to A, control the ovulation and form of the corpus luteum. B, prepare the wall of the uterus for a zygote. B, stimulate the corpus luteum to secrete progesterone. Or D, promote uterine contractions for childbirth. And that's A, control the ovulation in the form of the corpus luteum. So number 35 would be A. Come on, guys, let's go. Like button, we want to finish this paper. Which of the following comparison is not true of the nervous and hormonal control? Nervous system, nervous control, hormonal control. A, electrical messages travel along neurons. That's correct. Messages are transported in the blood, yeah? B, chemical messages travel across the synapses. Yeah, that's true. Only chemical messages are involved. That is true. The response is usually short-lived to the nervous system. That is true. The effects are often long-lasting. That is true. So that means it's after the D then. Let's see what D say. Messages travel slowly. No, it travel fast. So that's D. Think about it now. All right, so let's move on to 37. 37, God, I'm not sure organs are regular phonics. The following refer to the represent the view of the male reproductive system. Which of the following correctly identifies the labels 1, 2, and 3? All right, you know what? I think I should label them first, and then I look at the options, because sometimes when I'm looking at this, it can be very, very confusing. So this is the sperm duct. All right, so 2, it's a urethra. This one, not to this one. On 4, do this again. Seminal, this, yeah. All right, so if you say 1, sperm duct is a first the prostate, then no, that means say a C. So 37 would be C. All right, let's move on to 38. Going on fine. Hit the like button up this one. 38 refer to the following diagram, which shows a human spermatozoon. A, which of the labeled parts contain the mitochondria or the energy? And that is B. 38 is B. All right, so let's move on to 39. 39 refer to the following graph, which shows the level of estrogen during the menstrual cycle. Estrogen level is highest at during the ovulation, B, with a full built up uterine wall, C, at the shedding of the uterine wall, or D, during the buildup of the uterine wall. And that would be B. No, during ovulation. No, guys, this is not it. It's actually A, during ovulation. All right, so let's move on to 48, like button and peeps. Which of the following contraceptive methods prevent the egg from being implanted in the uterus? A, condom, B, diaphragm, C, intrauterine device, D, spermicidal foam, and that is the intrauterine device, and that's C. So let's move on to 41. Ovulation is a process by which A, female becomes pregnant, B, a male and female gamete fuse, then I have no fuses for it. C, an egg is implanted in the uterus, or D, a mature egg is released into the oviduct. Ladies, be careful. All right. 42, in a multicellular organism, whenever cells need to be replaced, cell divide into, is it meiosis, fusion, mitosis, or D, fertilization? And that is mitosis. So that's C. Let's pick up this so everybody can see the answer then. Chromosomes are made up of protein and, is it DNA, RNA, starch, or fat? And that's DNA, deoxynucleic acid. All right, so let's move on to 44. Which of the following is an example of genetic engineering? A, using a cell to produce organs. B, tissue culture banana production. C, cloning of high-producing animals. D, production of insulin by E. coli bacteria. And that's D, producing insulin by E. coli. All right, so let's move on to 45. 3/4 there, guys. 75%. Which of the following cannot be prevented by the health lifestyle activities? And that would be things with the cell. That's where you live. All right. So let's move on to 46. SEMA has the following signs, symptoms: constriction of the bronchial tubes, coughing and wheezing. She is most likely suffering from, is it alpha, asthma, malaria, typhoid, or tuberculosis? So like asthma. I hate when people have asthma. Hush, guys, if you have asthma. 47. Hypertension does not occur as a result of A. Obesity, B. Anemia, C. Atherosclerosis, D. High cholesterol levels. And that's B. Anemia. Does not occur. Read the questions carefully, guys. Which of the following statements above herpes is true? Herpes is caused by a bacteria. Herpes does not affect fertility. There are no complete cure for herpes. Sadly, it is C. So guys, be careful out there, all right? Don't want the herp get here. All right, hit the like button, peeps. Going on fine, man. 49. Which of the following symptoms causes the most injury to a person suffering from dengue fever? A. Muscle pain. B. Aching joint. C. Abdominal pain. D. Hemorrhaging of the internal organs. And sadly, it's very dangerous. 50. In order to purify water from the well from our drinking water, it is best A. Pasteurize it. B. Boil it at 100 degrees. Boil it under pressure or subject to ultra high temperature. That's a boil that. So 50 may go with B. 51, hit the like button, almost complete. Item 51 refers to the following diagram showing the life cycle of a housefly. So adult egg, larva, pupa. Adult egg, larva, pupa. Which stage is prevented by keeping the household fly properly covered? Oh, wow. Which stage is prevented by keeping the household diffuse properly covered? Larva, egg, pupa. So that will be the egg. That will be the egg. So that's B. Thanks. 52. What type of immunity is acquired when antibodies are produced when vaccine is administered? A. Artificial active required. B. Artificial passive. C. Natural acquired. Or D. Natural passive. Type in the answer for that, guys. That is A. Artificial active acquired. So let's move on to 53. What inference may be drawn from the graph above? Rat population, human population, leptospirosis, human leptospirosis. Wow. So where are the humans? So you have the rat population, human leptospirosis cases. A whole heap of case study. Right, what I'm saying, I say, what inference may be drawn from the graph? A. Rats suffer from leptospirosis. B. Leptospirosis is always on the increase. No. See, go there. Go come down. All right. So humans may cause leptospirosis in rats. Rats may cause leptospirosis in humans. I'm gonna go with D. That makes more sense. All right. Let's move on to 54. Water pollution can be controlled by A. Public education laws. B. Pouring sewage into rivers above bacterial decomposition. C. Using nitrate fertilizers on crops and planted near rivers. Or D. Washing river using detergent containing phosphates. And that's A. Public education and laws. 55. The process by which water vapor changes is known as evaporation, sublimation, condensation, or solidification. And that is condensation. That remind me of the man with Mrs. Johnson. All right, so that's condensation. 56. Chlorine bleach can be added to drinking water to A. Improve the taste. No. B. Prepare it for filtration. C. Remove unpleasant smells. No, so destroy microorganisms. So that's D. Destroy microorganisms. All right, let's move on to 57. Which of the following is the correct sequence in testing water for bacteria? Examine the agar in the petri dish for the presence of chloroform colonies. Incubate the petri dish at 35 degrees for 24 hours. Place collected water in a sterile bottle. Pour the water into sterile agar in a sterile petri dish. I think 3 would go first. Place collected water in a sterile bottle. All right, this is what the comments. 4, pour the water into the sterile agar. All right, and then 2, incubate the petri dish at 35. And then now the last one, we check. So let's see which one is 3. 3 or 4. First, 1, 2, 3. Not that a long time, man. 3 alone that one. So that is C. Let's move on to 58. Which of the following are effects of releasing untreated sewage into rivers and lakes? A. Increasing bacteria. 2. Decreasing oxygen. 3. Death of fishes. And that is all 3, unfortunately. All right, so let's move on to 59. We have come to the very end. Guys, please ensure that you like the video, you are subscribed, and you tell somebody about the channel. 59. Which of the following gases is produced in a landfill site? Ozone, steam, oxygen, or methane? And that will be methane. Number 60. A substance is biodegradable if it A. can be broken down by bacteria to harmless materials. B. cannot be broken down by bacteria into harmless materials. C. It is broken down by sunlight into harmless materials. Or D. Is broken down by chemicals to harmless materials. And that would be A. It's biodegradable if it can be broken down into by bacteria to harmless materials. All right, we have come to the very end. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end. Please ensure you are subscribed here. This is Linux Minute. I'm out, no doubt. See you guys in another video. All right, guys, check out the rest of the video then. All right, crazy.